Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what we have seen in the last lecture, we have seen what are the Frenet apparatus for the unit speed and arbitrary speed curve. We have completed that. Any doubt for the Frenet apparatus for arbitrary and the unit speed?
No, ma'am.
If not, we have gone for the next point, that is isometry, and shown you what are the real life example. If you are walking, that is also one type of a isometry, correct? And after that, we have seen the types of isometry, correct? What are the types of isometry we are going to study is orthogonal transformation, translation and rotation. Okay, and in that firstly we have shown the translation is isometry. Next, I think we have covered that rotation is also isometry. Okay, distance of p dash, we have proved it is equal to distance between cp and c dash, cp dash. Yes, any doubt up to this point?
No, ma'am.
खरंच डाउट नहीं है ना?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, any student, if you want to ask any doubt related to differential geometry or any paper, you can ask. Otherwise, we will go for the next point. I hope you are doing a study of your internals.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to come for physical internal exam? Yes. Whether everyone heard me what I told you? No doubt afterwards you have to come, no? Whenever it will be compulsory to come. So if you are ready to come for the exam, that is internal exam, it will be good putting the physical one. Okay, let us go for the next point. Composition of two isometry, we have to prove it is also an isometry, correct? So I hope everyone knowing what is a composition function. Composition एक binary operation है ना? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Let us assume that f and g be the two isometry. So if the question is like this, prove that or show that the composition of two isometry is isometry. So what we have to do, let us assume that f and g are the isometries of E3. Then we have to prove that, what is our aim to prove that G composite F is also isometry. Okay, we have to prove that G composite F is also isometry. For that, let us start with F is a mapping from E3 to E3 and G is a mapping from E3 to E3. Okay, given that F and G both are isometry. So what is the definition of isometry? Distance between FP and FQ is exactly equals to distance between P and Q. On the conditions P and Q are the points in E3 space. In the very similar way as F is also isometry, we can prove that G is also isometry. Distance between GP and GQ is exactly equals to distance between P and Q, correct? Yes, any doubt up to this point? Because it is given that F and G are isometry, so we can use the definition of isometry. You can say by definition of isometry, you have written this result. Okay. Now, what is our aim to prove that G composite F is also isometry? Okay, what will be the domain and codomain? If F and G are mapping from E3 to E3 itself, what will be G composite F? It is also a mapping from E3 to E3 only. Okay, to prove that G composite F is isometry, what I have to start with, I have to take any 2 points in such a way that distance between GP and GQ, that is distance between G composite F, P, G composite F, Q, we have to prove that it is equals to distance between P and Q. Barabar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, G composite F, I can write it as F of P and G of Q. Then what we can do now, as it is, we are provided that G is a isometry, that is G of anything. That is, as we are provided that domain and codomain is same E3 space. So P and Q are also from E3, GP and GQ are also from E3.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So G of anything. Okay, G of anything will be exactly equal to distance between that 2 points. Correct. So can I write this as G is isometry? Is it okay? G of that point is exactly equal to distance between the 2 points. Correct. Distance between GP, GQ is equal to distance between P and Q. So यहाँ पे P and Q की जगह पे आपने क्या लिया है यहाँ पे FP and FQ. Correct. But we know that FP and FQ are also points of E3 space. So hence we can say consider them to be a G of any point. Okay. G of some point and G of some another point will be exactly equal to distance between the 2 points. Okay. You can write down the reason that you can name this as some equation 1 or 2 and you can use using equation 1. Any doubt for this point?
No, ma'am.
Similarly, you can say using 2, that is given that as F is isometry, directly I can write the distance between FP and FQ is distance between P and Q, and hence we have proved that distance between GF, P, GF, Q is equal to distance between P and Q, which implies that what it implies, G composite F is a isometry. Correct. So can I say this to be the set of all the isometry is satisfying the first property of being a group?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
What are the properties group के लिए क्या क्या conditions है हमारे?
Closer associative.
Next.
Identity and
Identity.
inverse.
Next.
Inverse.
Inverse.
What is the thing we have defined binary operation? Let us assume that this is a
Composition.
set of isometry and this is a composition is a mapping. So first we have proved that it is a closure. That means it is satisfying the closure property. That is, if G and F are the are from the isometry set, then we can say that G composite F is also from the same set isometry. Set of all isometries. Okay. So now let us go for the next point. That is just now we have studied the uh, translation. So let us see some of the theorems on the translation. Okay, you can prove the next properties, isometry, identity and inverse. Okay, एसोसिएटिव के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? अगर क्लोजर प्रूव किया है तो एसोसिएटिव प्रूव करने के लिए डिफिकल्ट नहीं है ना. You can do it. Instead of F, G, let us have simply G, F and H. 3 mappings you can take and you can prove associative property. And for identity, what will be the identity map? Identity map itself, no, I of X is equal to X. This is what your identity map. Okay, inverse also you can define. But only abelian property cannot be true. G composite F cannot be equal to F composite G. होईल का नाही? Hello? Everyone is there or not? Yes, can anyone tell me whether G composite F is also equal to F composite G if you know the composition? Okay, this will be the homework for you people. You have to check the that whether it forms a abelian group or it forms only a group. Yes, whether you will do it this homework.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, try to do it so that it will be having your yourself will have a curiosity to check. We are in the differential geometry and we are checking now the properties of group and abelian group. Now let us go for the next point. If S and T are the translation, if S and T are translation, okay, what is a translation? It moves points, all the points of your mapping to a fixed distance with a specified direction. Correct? Constant एक number हमें हर एक points में add करना है and so that we can move to the another location. Okay, then prove that. Okay, simply given that S and T are the translation and we have to prove that. First we have to prove ST is equal to TS is a translation. That means first you have to prove S composite T is translation, then you have to prove T composite S is a translation, then we have to prove ST is equal to TS, which means we have proved the abelian property for translation, not for the isometry. Isometry is a general concept. Isometry is a general, and we are discussing translation, and then we are having orthogonal transformation and rotation. Okay, so we have to now prove that translation is forming the abelian, or we can say it satisfy the abelian property. Okay, next is if T is a translation by A, if T is a translation by vector A, then we have to prove that. What is our aim to prove? T inverse is a translation by minus A. T inverse is a translation by minus A. Next, for any 2 points P and Q, prove that there exists a unique translation T. There exists a unique translation T such that T of P is equals to Q. Okay. So simply we are provided that S and T are the translation. We have to prove these three things. Okay. Yes, everyone got what we have been given and what we have to prove. Let us start with the first one. What we have to prove? We have to first prove that S composite T is a translation. Okay. So we have it is very easy to do because we have done just now that um, composition is a isometry. Okay. But translation is isometry. We have proved.
Yes, ma'am.
It means that T and S are isometries. If they are isometry, obviously they will satisfy that T composite S and S composite T are isometry. Okay. Just like we have proved by the composition theorem of two isometry, we have proved just now S composite T and T composite S is isometry. So simply we have to prove that ST is equals to TS is a translation. Okay. And if you are confusing, let me show you once again. If you, अगर आपको ऐसे लग रहा है कि हमें S कंपोजिट T को ट्रांसलेशन प्रूव करना है, T कंपोजिट S को ट्रांसलेशन प्रूव करना है, so let us start with that. What we have to do, given that S and T are the translations, okay, provided that S and T are the translations, so let us assume that T and S are the translations by the vector A and B. Okay, that means that T is a translation by vector A means what? T of P is equals to P plus A. Similarly, we can have T of P is equals to some P plus B. What are P and Q? These are any points in the E3 space. And what are A and B? These are nothing but some constant number. Okay. I have shown you how the translation works. Okay. Just like this example of y is equal to mod x. Check केलात का घरी y is equal to mod x चा example. इथे काय येणार आणि इथे कसं दिसणार आहे. Here it is mod of x minus a. Here it is mod x and here it is mod of x plus a. एक नंबर घेऊन चेक करा म्हणले होते. I don't know how many of you done. Okay, so here this is at 0, so it is shifted to some another point. So every point is shifted with some constant distance in a specified direction. Every point is shifted to some another point with a constant distance and a specified direction. So this is what your constant distance. We can say that suppose, sorry, here it should be S, no? T of P is equal to P plus A and S of P is equal to P plus B. Okay, both are translations by some vectors. Now what we have to prove, S composite T is a translation. So let me prove S composite T is equal to, let us prove it at some point. S, how to apply the composite mapping, S of T of P. Okay, so what is T of P? Or instead of that, firstly, what is S of anything? S of anything is nothing but your, I can write this as T of P plus B, S of anything, S of any point is equal to that point plus B. Now that point is T of P. P की जगह पे आप सिर्फ T of P imagine करो. Any doubt for this step?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, now just simply you can write T of P की जगह पे हम यहाँ पे क्या लिख सकते हैं? P plus A. Okay, P plus A plus B. So you can name it as some equation 1. Similarly, you can do T plus S, T composite S. Now here you can see A and B are the constant terms. So P plus A plus B. So you can say that S composite T of P is also a translation by the vector A plus B. Correct? S is a translation by B, T is a translation by A, S composite T is a translation by A plus B. समजते सगळ्यांना?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
just go for T composite F, that is T composite S of some point P is equal to T of S of P. Now we know that T is a translation. So if T is a translation, P of some point is equal to that point plus A. Okay, that point is your S of P now. S of P as it is plus A. T is a translation, no? S of P को imagine मत करो. Imagine that this is one point. Okay, so we can get S of P now. Now that S of P is also translation, S is a translation. So I can have P plus B plus A. But we know that A and B are the constant numbers. So we can write them as P plus A plus B because it satisfies the abelian property. Real numbers abelian property satisfy करतात ना?
Yes, ma'am.
So here we can have T composite S is also a translation by the vector A plus B. Okay, and hence you can say that from equation say 1 and 2, from equation 1 and 2 you can see that T composite S of a point P is equal to S composite T of that point P. But we have proved that P is any point from your E3 space, or we can say for all P belongs to E3 space we have done. So I can remove that point P, and directly in general we can write S composite T is equal to T composite S. Is it okay? समजते काय
Yes,
केलेत
ma'am.
आपण?
Yes, ma'am.
It is very easy. Simply आपको एक मैपिंग डिफाइन करना है with some constant number a. So every point is moved to that specified direction with a constant distance. So S composite T is also translation by a plus b, and T composite S is also a translation by a plus b. And we have to prove that the two mappings are equal. Now let us go to prove for the second point. What we have provided in the second one, let T is a translation by A to prove that T is a translation by A or vector A bar. Then T of P is equals to P plus A for all points P belongs to E3 space. Okay, to prove that T inverse is a translation by minus A, correct? To prove that T is a translation by minus A, let us have P and Q are any two points such that T of Q is equal to Q plus A. What is P and Q? For all P and Q belongs to E3 space. Okay. And instead of taking a single point, I have taken the 2 points so that as we can see here, wait for a few minutes. Try to do this example. Okay, what is given? Let P and Q are any two points such that uh, T of P is equals to P plus A and T of Q is equals to some Q plus A. Okay, to prove any mapping to be a translation, to prove any mapping to have a inverse. Inverse prove करने के लिए क्या चाहिए हमें पहले? We have to show that this mapping is a 1-1 mapping. बरोबर? 1-1 prove करावं लागेल ना inverse साठी first. हो का नाही?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
कुठे शिकलात आपण हे? To prove 1-1, what we do? Firstly, let us assume that TP is equals to TQ, okay? And then by the mapping itself, P plus A is equals to Q plus A. A is a constant non-zero term, so which can be cancelled out. Let me ask you one question. T of P plus A ना, T of P is equal to P plus A. A जर 0 असेल तर काय होईल मॅपिंग हे?
Identity.
Identity. Okay, so identity अगर a 0 है तो it means that it is not a translation. Translation का actual meaning क्या है? It will shift every point to some constant distance with a specified direction. So don't assume that a is a 0. So that's why we can cancel out here. Okay, here a is non-zero, so we can cancel out. So p is equals to q. Okay, and we know that E3 is a finite dimensional space, so it proves that T is a 1-1. T is 1-1 as well as onto. Correct? To prove onto is not necessary if you know the dimension of your space. What is the dimension of a space? Is a 3. Okay. So first we have proved that it is 1-1, and as this is a finite dimensional space, E3 space is a, so we can show that T is a 1-1 and onto. Okay. So it implies that T inverse exists.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So if T inverse exists, so we can define this T inverse as, let us assume that T inverse of Q is equal to some point P. Okay. So T inverse of Q is equals to P. Now just now we have written T of P is equals to P plus A and T of Q is equal to, I have written Q plus A. Okay, so what we can write from this? Okay, just we have to find out what is P. Then only we can show that T inverse is a translation by minus A. बराबर ना? ओके, हमें सिर्फ P क्या है वो निकालना है ना. Is it so difficult?
TP minus A.
Let me show you how to do this. We assume that T inverse of Q is equal to, let us assume that P, because हमने inverse exist होता है ऐसे दिखा है ना. So from this I can write it as T of P is equals to Q. Yes,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
no? T of P कैसे दिखा है हमने? P plus A is equals to that is T of P. Okay, T is a translation by A. So this T of P is nothing but P plus A. So can I write this P is equals to Q minus A? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So hence T inverse of Q is equals to P का वैल्यू हमने क्या फाइंड आउट किया? Q minus A. So now you can say that T inverse is a translation by the vector minus A. समझते हैं काय केलं तर आपण? Let us start with the proof. Okay, first we have provided that T is a translation by A. So let us take any 2 points P and Q such that we can prove firstly that T is a 1 1 and on 2. So 1 1 prove करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? Images are equal, then we prove that the points are equal. Then as it is a finite dimensional space, T is 1 1 and on 2. So T inverse exists. Inverse हमने show किया कि T inverse of Q is equals to P. Now just you have to find out the value of P. So which we can find out with by this steps. And T of P तो आपको पता है P plus A. Then you can find out the value of P. And hence you can see T of P हम लोग कैसे लिखते हैं? P plus A. Then T is a translation by A. So you can say now T inverse is a translation by minus A. समझते हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see now T inverse is identity map. And just now we have proved that S composite T is equal to T composite S. And it is closed. Okay. So closed भी है, inverse भी exist हो गया, identity map भी है और abelian property भी prove किया ना translation के लिए. S composite T is equal to T composite S. But you have to do this for in general. Isometry के लिए मैंने homework दिया है आपको. Okay. Now what is the last point we have to prove? The third one we have to prove that for all point P and Q belongs to E3 space, show that there exists translation, there exists a unique translation. मतलब T of P is equal to Q. T एक unique point को ही आपके point P को shift करेगा. Just like here, suppose we have the mapping like here is y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 plus c will be like this. Okay, so this point goes here, this point goes here, this point goes here. So क्या एक point के लिए दो images आपको मिल सकते हैं क्या?
No, ma'am.
So we have to prove the uniqueness. That is, there exists a unique translation such that it moves a point P to some another point Q. Okay, we have to just prove the uniqueness. कि ये mapping जो भी हमने define किया है, it moves every point to some specified different distance, and it is always a unique. जो points आपका यहाँ पे है, उसका some specified distance होगा, and with some specified constant number, it will move to some another position, और images दो different नहीं होंगे. Okay, so we have to prove simply the uniqueness. Okay, so how to prove this? सांगा कसं प्रूव्ह करणार आहे युनिकनेस? Okay, let us define the mapping in such a way that we get the result. Okay, for the third one, what we will do, let us assume that translation. Let us assume that T is a translation by the vector Q minus P. क्योंकि Q and P भी any points है ना आपके E3 में से. So let us assume that T is a translation by the vector Q minus P. That is T of P is equals to P plus Q minus P. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us assume that T is a translation by vector A. So T of P is equals to P plus A. So now I can equate them because RHS are same, so I can equate and we get P. Here this PP get cancelled and we get this as P plus A is equals to Q, which implies Q A is equals to Q minus P. So हमने क्या assume किया, यूनिकनेस प्रूव करने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, एक कॉन्ट्राडिक्शन assume करते हैं ना. Let us assume that it is not unique. Okay, so firstly we have assumed that T is a translation by Q minus P and हमने और एक क्या assume किया, let us assume that T is a translation by some another vector A. Okay, यूनिकनेस ऐसे ही प्रूव करते हैं ना हम लोग. Let us assume that it is not a unique and somewhere you will get a contradiction. Okay, so we have proved that T is a translation by Q minus P as well as let us assume that T is a translation by A. दो assume किया हमने. Okay, so and finally you get A is equals to Q minus P. That means your translation जिस भी point से किया था हमने. Okay, Q minus P is equals to A we are getting, which implies that T is having a unique translation. Okay. Translation is a unique. Okay. Are you getting me? क्या किया है, समझ में आया सभी को?
Yes, ma'am.
सिंपली हमने दो डिफरेंट ट्रांसलेशन डिफाइन किए क्योंकि हम जब भी यूनिकनेस प्रूव करते हैं तो क्या करते हैं, वी डिफाइन द टू डिफरेंट ट्रांसलेशंस एंड सच अ वे दैट बोथ आर विथ सम अनदर number. Okay, T is a translation by Q minus P and T is a translation by A. Q minus P ऐसे assume क्यों किया है, क्योंकि we want to prove the result now. So hence we have proved the two different mapping and then we have got that A is equals to Q minus P and hence the result. Okay. Now let us go for the next point, that is a new definition, third one. Third type is a orthogonal transformation. Okay, we have to prove that orthogonal transformation. Okay, what is the definition of orthogonal transformation? A linear transformation is said to be orthogonal if Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q. Okay, let me write down the definition. A linear transformation C from E3 to E3. As I told you initially in our introduction of differential geometry, we are going to study everything on E3. So let if a linear transformation C from A3 to E3 is said to be orthogonal if, what is the condition, Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q for all PQ belongs to E3 space. Correct? ये definition. Okay, what do you understand from the definition? Yes, can anyone tell me what do you understand from the definition? कळालं का काही?
Product of images of 2 points is equal to product of 2 points.
dot product, no? We can say, instead of saying product, you can say dot product of cp dot cq is equals to p dot q. और उससे भी पहले एक पॉइंट्स है, linear transformation. That means if I want to prove any mapping to be orthogonal transformation, I have to prove that it is linear. Secondly, I have to prove that it preserves the dot product. Okay, cp dot cq is equals to p dot q का meaning क्या है? It preserves the dot product. कळालं का? To prove any mapping to be a orthogonal transformation, first you have to prove it is a linear transformation. If a linear transformation, वहाँ पे initial लिखा है ना हमने, if a linear transformation C from E3 to E3 is said to be orthogonal transformation, if it satisfy the condition Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q. That means अगर आपको किसी भी mapping को, if you want to prove any mapping to be orthogonal transformation, first condition is it should be a linear transformation. That means we have to prove linearity condition. Secondly, we have to prove that it preserve the dot product. Preserve the dot product का meaning क्या है? Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q. Okay, समझते ना preserve का meaning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us go for the actually how it looks like. Okay, so what I have to do, let us assume that here are the 2 points P and Q. Suppose we have the 2 points P and Q with some specified distance between them. P and Q are the any points in the E3 space with some an angle theta. So if C is a orthogonal transformation, so what I can say, the this is what CP and CQ. Okay, CP and CQ, and this is what some an angle theta dash. Okay, it preserve the distance between the 2 points. So that is, it preserve the dot product. P dot Q is equal to CP dot CQ. What is the next condition? It is a linear transformation. Okay. Now let me show you in detail how it works. Firstly, we will show that a rotation is orthogonal transformation, and then we will prove that it preserves the dot product, and then finally we will prove that, okay, first we will prove it is orthogonal transformation is a isometry, क्योंकि हमने प्रूव किया है ना, translation is isometry or rotation is also isometry. So first we will prove that orthogonal transformation is also isometry. Okay, because as we are studying this to be a type of a isometry. Okay, to prove that C, the orthogonal transformation is isometry. Given that C is an orthogonal transformation, it implies, what it implies, if C is an orthogonal transformation, first and second condition, it means that C is a linear transformation. Secondly, C is a preserving the dot product. C preserve the dot product. बरोबर? That is Cp dot Cq is equals to P dot Q for all points P and Q from the E3 space. Okay. So in particular, if instead of taking a point Q, if I take Cp dot Cp itself, काय होईल मग? Hello? Whether you know the definition of norm, dot product and definition of norm, काय रिलेशन आहे नॉर्म आणि डॉट प्रोडक्ट मध्ये? हॅलो, आहेत का सगळे? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
काय रिलेशन आहे डॉट प्रोडक्ट आणि नॉर्म मध्ये? सांगा आता. झालंय ना, ऑलमोस्ट बनाक स्पेस संपत आलंय. Yes, what should I write? X dot x is equal to norm x.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So can I write here norm x है क्या norm square of x है? Norm square of Cp is equal to norm square of P. P dot P is equal to norm square of P. Cp dot Cp is equal to norm square of Cp. So by taking square root, I can write directly this as norm of Cp is equals to norm of P. Let me name it as some equation. Okay, let me name it as equation 2 because initially we will name it as some equation 1. This is given to us. Okay, now our aim is to prove that C is a isometry. To how to prove C is a isometry, let us start with distance between CP and CQ. Okay, we have to prove that distance between CP and distance between CP and CQ is equal to distance between P and Q. Okay, so I can write distance as distance between CP and CQ as the norm of CP minus CQ. Okay, but as we proved that as we have it is a orthogonal transformation. मतलब आप ये condition use कर सकते हो C is a linear transformation. अगर C linear है तो can I write this as C of P minus Q?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can write here as C is a linear transformation. As C is a linear transformation. ओके यहाँ पे क्या लिखोगे आप बाय डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ डिस्टेंस ओके डिस्टेंस फंक्शन हमने डिफाइन किया नाउ जस्ट नाउ फ्रॉम इक्वेशन टू में क्या प्रूव किया हमने नॉर्म ऑफ सी पी इज इक्वल टू नॉर्म ऑफ पी ओके ये हमने इक्वेशन 2 में प्रूव किया है सो पी माइनस क्यू भी एक पॉइंट है ना आपके E3 में से एंड दिस रिलेशन वी हैव प्रूव्ड फॉर ऑल पॉइंट्स पी ना E3 स्पेस पी माइनस क्यू क्या होगा वो भी एक पॉइंट है ना आपके E3 स्पेस में So can I write from equation 2 as simply as P minus Q norm of C of P minus Q is equals to norm of P minus Q. You can write the reason as from equation 2. आत्ताच प्रूव्ह केलेत ना CP dot CQ च्या ऐवजी आपण काय लिहिलं तर P dot instead of P and Q two difference point we have written it as CP dot CP is equals to P dot P. बरोबर Then we have used the definition of norm and we got the equation 2 and hence now we get the result. What is norm of P minus Q? It is distance between P and Q. So from where we have started distance between CP and CQ we have started and we got it is distance between P and Q. And hence we can say that C is a isometry. Okay. So we can say that orthogonal transformation is isometry. Yes, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, in the next lecture, we will go for the next points. Yes, it is very easy. Just एकदा लिहून काढा तुमच्या नोटबुक किंवा रफ पेजेसवर so that it will be easy for your exams. मैं जब लिखूंगी तो आपको बहुत easy लगेगा. Okay? So just try to write down at least once whenever you want to appear for the exam. It will be easy for you if you have written at least once. Okay, whatever the rough pages available at home, you can write down on them. क्योंकि हम जब लिखते हैं तो हम सब स्टडी करके आके लिखते हैं ना so it will be easy for you whenever we are writing. Okay, you have to just close your notes, close your mobile and then you have to try to write down so that it will be understood that whether you have got everything. समझता है कि सब खुद को ऐसे आपको पूरा लर्न हो जाएगा. Okay. Yes, anyone having a doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we will end the lecture. Thank you.